Hey guys, how's it going? It's Nikhil. And in last video, we talked about React and JSX studios. And today we are going to be talking about components. So components are a part of React, and they're very useful, and they're one of the reasons why React is so fast, and we can reuse the code. So it'll be a short video today to explain just what is the core reason we use components and how efficient we can use them, and how will really benefit the time that we use to make a program. And I'll show you guys an example of a project I've used to make, I use components to make that project. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video and learn a thing or two. So let's get right to it. So right now I am in the studios. So at first I'm going to talk about what components are. So components are like a different browser, like a different workspace area where you can make each thing. It's kind of like a function. It is a function. So you just write the code in there, then you can import it to the main hub, which is obviously app.js. So in app.js is like the big hub that combines everything together. So you can in app.js you put all the components, you put the CSS, you attach the HTML, you attach everything right here in app.js. So now let's talk about how we make a component. So to make a component, we need to go here to SRC. So in SRC, if we left click there, and then right click, and then we click new file. So an important thing to remember when we do components is that we need to make sure the first letter is always capital. So if we want to say, what can we say? Let's add a button. So I already have a button in the project that I'm going to show you guys. So let's just say button with two ends. And then to make a component in JS, it's a .js. And you need to remember the .js needs to be lowercase. So once you enter, it'll get you here. So first, let me show you guys what project we're working on, what I'll be going through each component on. So this is the project that I'm gonna show you guys step by step through. So we have a lot of components here. So basically, a component is just every part of a website or a program. I think I told you guys in the last video. So let's say if we take YouTube, so there's a lot of components here. So the first component we can say is a search bar. The next component we can say are all these categories, and the next we can say is all of these videos. And all of this is also a component. This is a component. All of the individual little things are components. So we're going to show you guys how to make a component and what it does. So let me go back to the studio. So I just showed you guys how to make one. So once you make one, it'll take you to this blank workspace. So it's very repetitive, what you're going to do, how you're going to start off with. So I decided to make a little keyword so you can get whatever you want. So it's RFC. Once you enter it, you'll get this preset template. So what this preset template does is it makes a function and it'll return something, and it'll have a div. So we can say button, and then what do we want on the button? We can say thanks, just thanks. But it's very specific how we need to run how we need to export the component into app.js. So first, let's save this, Control S, and once we go back to app.js, so we need to import this. We need to import this component. So to import a component into the main hub, which is app.js, so import, and we did button with two ends from, and then we need to do the apostrophe /, and then the component name button.js. So once we save that, and now what we need to do is we need to call the thing. So we need to when we call the component, what we can do. So first let me wrap this text word wrap. So after card we can just do it's button two ends. All right, there. So now we've called this. So let's do that. And now if we run, we should see that here, but we need to first run the terminal. So once we run that, we'll get that on the main screen. So now, let me show you guys something called props. So let's go here to card.js. So this is another component, and it's for card. So we can see the cards here. So the cards in this case are obviously this, this, this. So if we go back to Studio, it says props.title, props.value. So if we want to make a card, it's all the same. It's like the same HTML. So we don't need to write the code again and again and write the values again and again. So what React does, which is amazing, and why it is so unique, is one reason is because it's fast. It makes the program go faster and faster. And another thing is because you don't need to reuse the code. You don't need to remake the code. You can reuse code. So you can reuse code by components that are in React. So that one way of using that is props. So let's go back to app.js, the main hub. So we can see card title. Remember we said props value, and then wait. So let's go. So what does it say? So yeah. So props title. So title is for H1. So HTML, you can see the title is that, and the value is what is HTML, why is it used, introduction to HTML, and then all of this. So this is the value, okay? So this is the value, this is the title, and you can see here, it says title, value, title, props. So with props, you can just use it and you can change whatever you make in the component to what fits the best description of the specific area. So those are components. So that's pretty much what components are and how they help. So I hope you guys learned a thing or two from this video. So components, they're really amazing in React. They're one of the reasons why React is so used and popular. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys learned a thing or two. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys.